guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be trying to do drugstore dupes to high-end products. I'm going to do this side high-end and this side drugstore. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. I really did try to find pretty much matching products because I actually have to go out after I film this video, so let's hope it goes well. For high-end, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Reduced Redness Primer. I'm just going to be applying it on this side of the face. Try to like split it down the middle. For this side, I'm going to be using my It Cosmetics CC Cream.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher and higher.
Sorry, I missed the priming step on the other side. For the other side, I'm going to be priming with the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. I really try to get this on just the side. This is the only drugstore primer I have. And then for that side, for foundation, I didn't have a CC cream, so I'm just going to use this L'Oreal Infallible Longwear. A lot of these products I use in my drugstore haul, so if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I'll try to link it down if I can. For high-end, I'm going to be using my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. This is my all-time favorite concealer. Since I don't have a drugstore eye primer, I'm just going to be using this to prime the lid as well. For the other side, I'm going to be using my Instant Age Rewind eraser or whatever. Yeah, multi-use concealer. This is from Maybelline, I believe. For powders on the high-end side, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder. I didn't buy brushes or anything. I don't know what's drugstore was not, so I'm just going to use the same brushes on each side.
Before you came round, my heart would never be.
For the other side, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte.
Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came.
So far, the complexion is looking pretty good. You can't really tell that they're two different the complexion sides. So I'm going to move on to the eyes. Huda Beauty side, I'm going to be using the, for the high-end side, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I'm going to start with this mirror shade down here. To match that on the other side, these I actually bought before I was able to afford the Huda Beauty palette. I saw it on someone's video a long time ago. This is the Aphrodite palette from Bad Habit. It's basically an exact dupe of this palette. And I believe they had dupes for a whole bunch of palettes. So it's very, very similar. I'm going to be using blushing in this palette.
My soul beats a sound loud enough to quiet.
But yeah, if you can tell side by side, let's see. They are very, very similar. Next, on the high-end side, I'm going to start using Sandalwood, the shade down here. From the Aphrodite palette, I'm going to be using Admire right here. You can tell this Aphrodite palette from me was very well loved and very used. It's very dirty. Next, I'm going to be going in the mix of henna and cocoa on the high-end side. Next, it looks like I'm going to be using Romance up top and Jealousy to combine those two together. The high-end side is just a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to try to use a little bit more of the high-end colors to darken it up. The Aphrodite palette their colors seem to just be a little bit darker than the Huda Beauty palette. Still pretty colors, just these ones seem to be a little bit darker. Next, for the high-end side, I'm just going to add a little bit pink back to it, and I'm going to use some Man-Eater down here. Just want to use that on the very outer corner. Just to add some pink. For the Drugstore side, I'm going to be using Lust up here.
Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
Next, I'm going to be using this pretty rose gold shade here to highlight my eye. The Aphrodite palette, I'm going to be using this Beauty shade right here.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher and higher.
As you can see so far, they're very, very similar. Like I said, this side's just a little bit darker. I want to see if I can blend it out a little bit better, because it's just so dark compared to the Huda Beauty side.
The ocean. Before I was found, I didn't want to breathe out. I'm so
From the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to go back in with henna and cocoa underneath my eye.
in love with no doubt, and now I'm never gonna slow down. Never gonna slow.
And from the Aphrodite palette, it's Romance and Jealousy. I'm going to use a mixture of Moon Dust and Bubbly. This is on the high-end palette, by the way. On the Drugstore side, looks like I'm only using one shade. It's this Tease shade right here. They don't have two similar shades. They have a similar one, but it's a matte, not a shimmer. So I'm just going to use Tease. All in all, both are very similar. You can barely tell the difference in the two palettes. For mascara on the high-end side, I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex. For the Drugstore side, I'm going to be using Lash Paradise.
Walk with our feet on the ground, and we will talk with clouds and we will walk with.
I couldn't find a brow gel. First I'm going to be using my Benefit Gimme Brow on the high-end side. I couldn't find an eyebrow gel, so I'm just going to use a pencil on the other side. I don't know of any drugstore gels, so if you know of any, leave them down in the comments and I will try them out. So I'm going to be using my Winky Lux. It's supposed to be a universal brow gel. I've used it a few times before. It's not bad, it's just I really prefer gels to color up my lashes and just keep them in place. And this has a spoolie on the end though, which is very nice. For bronze on the high end side, I'm going to be using this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. This is very buildable, which I like. It comes very light on your skin at first, and then you can build it up to whatever you like. For the drugstore side, I'm going to be using this Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula.
Higher and higher, we can go until the morning glow. We can go higher and before I was found, I felt like I could gain.
For blush on the high-end side, I'm going to be using this palette from Alamar Cosmetics. I'm going to go in with the middle shade, Paraiso, right here. This is a very beautiful pinky shade. And on the drugstore side, I'm going to be using Bare Peach from the Burt's Bees. For highlight on the high-end side, I'm going to be using this Fenty Beauty Sandcastle Kilowatt Foil. We're using On the Cusp from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights, I believe. On the high-end side for lip liners, I'm going to be using this from Bite Beauty. It's called Glace, something like that. It's a very chubby little lip liner. Look very strange to just have my lip done. Something like Jekyll and Hyde. For the drugstore side, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Almond Rose. Very, very similar. The Bite Beauty one is just a little bit darker. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty matte lipstick. It's in the shade Third Date. I really like the bullet on this one. It's very awesome looking.
Before you came round.
Drugstore side, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Touch of Spice. I think it's going to be a little bit lighter, but that's okay.
Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow.
Very, very similar. For the high-end setting spray, I'm going to be using my Hangover RX. See if I can put a palette here or something. Just to try to get one side. And for the Milani, for the drugstore side, I'm going to be using this Milani Make It Last. Definitely not as smooth of a spray as the other one, once you put them side by side, you know. Both of them look very, very similar, both sides. Remember, this is the high-end side and this is the drugstore side. Very, very similar products. Alright, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.